Hello. Let's do that again. What's up, people from Tukane? Yes, now it's Tukane, it's not Antic anymore because I just discovered Antic, it's for evil people. It's for people like Magic.
We were born for this game, bro. Sorry, Lucy, sorry, Rafikey. Anyone who wants to come up and like kiss our feet at the PvP.
I'm coming for you, Magic. I'm coming for you. Anyway, today I'm super excited about this video. This is why I wanted to create something a little bit more casual. We're gonna have a good time. We're gonna talk about the Manifesto of Aurory that just came out this week, and the hype is real. Everybody's super excited, and just like the community is so on board. It's so good. Oh my God, I just want to talk about that. So let's just dive into it now. It's important to understand that my goal here is not to read to you the white paper, right? People have read it over and over, people have talked about it, people have shared their opinions, and I just wanted to give kind of a global summary of what my overall feeling is, especially what is the potential, because there's so many hidden things in there that you might not think about the first time you read it. So in this first video, we're going to talk about the first two chapters. Just focus on that, which is the lore of the game, the story, and also the game mechanics, which, oh my God, people. So the new world of Antic. This you kind of need to read on your own. Like, I'm not going to read you the story, or maybe you won't. I could do something like,
Aurory is a world split in two parallel planes. On one end you have Antic, where wealth and power are concentrated in the hands of a few.
Just read it, put a little bit of like epic music on the background, you'll see it's really dope. Antic is kind of like this evil world, as I said, and Nefties there seem to be corrupted or something. We're gonna save them. Tukane is more like the world of harmony, where people all live happy and wealth is distributed among everyone.
Pink fluffy unicorns dancing on rainbows.
So Tukane guys all the way, hashtag save the Nefties, this is what we're here for. Now, diving right into the gameplay overview, we start with the PvE, which is the main storyline. We've talked about this in my first video briefly, but here we kind of start to have a more in-depth explanation of how the game's gonna run, right? We have two main characters, Sam and Elios. We knew about that, but they clearly have their own defined play style. Each character will have their role to play. Right next after this, we get into something that is so good. Basically, you will have a new release of content every 6 months. You will have new regions to explore, new interesting characters to meet as it's written, but you will have new Nefties, right? And by releasing new Nefties every 6 months, you're basically creating sets. You have new Nefties coming in, a new meta builds. You will have constantly evolving gameplays and new challenging PvP curves to learn, because at the end of the 6 months there will be the World Championships. So for 6 months you're training with a set of Nefties, you're building your teams, because you'll probably have multiple teams, and then you take them to the World Championships, and after that new Nefties come in. There will be a point where the team should hopefully lock the Nefties, in the sense that they will make erratas, they will make changes, there will be overpowered Nefties, so they kind of need to nerf them. And the question is, will after 2 months, for example, the Nefties from the 2 months ago, from the season 2 months ago, will be locked, like they cannot be changed. Because if they announce that, then you have the confidence that these Nefties will remain the same way, and the value will be there, because you could have overpowered Nefties which shelve a lot on the marketplace, and then at the end of the season they nerf them and the value drops significantly. So this is really important to keep in mind. I'm kind of excited, I'm really looking forward to find out more about this. Next. So then we jump on our world map section of the Manifesto. I mean, nothing special about this besides that it looks super beautiful. This reminds me really of that style of like Dofus and Wakfu, and I'm so excited to explore this world, honestly. It looks like you have, the ice region, the magma region, the Antic region in the south, the dark region, whatever. And each regions will be defended by a guardian Nefty, so giant Nefty, who you might be able to tame, who knows, you know. I think we get a little spoiler a bit below of like this giant frost bite, which looks pretty cool. It could be a guardian. Now the way you interact with the world map is by then entering landmarks. Now again, I'm not going to go into details, it's pretty basic. The only thing that I really noticed here is the little symbols. Basically it tells you what this landmark will have as content. So there's puzzles, I'm guessing. The diamond probably represents loot, swords, combat, and I guess the book is like you get lore, you know, to discover. So that's pretty cool. I think it's gonna be super nice. I'm really excited to discover the PvE world and see the story that they've built. I'm sure it's very exciting. Then we have these magnificent drawings. They're so beautiful. I don't know who made them, but it just shows how much of a passionate team is behind this project. Honestly, the details are insane. We have on the top talking about the hub section, which will be like the menu to choose which part of the landmark you'd go into, I guess. What it reminds me a little bit of actually is also dungeon crawlers. Like this has a dungeon crawling feel, even in the drawing, like fire camp, they even say that you might be able to eat and restore your HP. So it's like between each section of the landmark, you could heal and relax. Then you get your points of interest, very common here, you know, like in any game, they will have different purposes. One is to pick quests, one is to modify your Nefties. What I really like here is the threshold of XPs necessary to access certain quests. It's a maybe obvious idea, but what I like about it in the theme of play to earn is that it will maybe decrease the amount of multi-accounting. So that's very important to make sure that by creating a new account, you don't access too many rewards too fast, because that would push people to just create as many accounts as possible, get as many rewards as possible, and then maybe send them to one account. And that's the tricky thing, I think, to watch out for. So just these little details makes me feel less worried about this. And then in the white paper, we have the explanation of the quest structure. The thing that stands out in this example in the manifest is really the choice of outcome. Because if every quest has a choice of outcome, we could really imagine like a morality level of your character, or evil versus good. You know, do you choose to save the Nefties or do you choose to save the villagers? Hashtag save the Nefties. So that's kind of cool. That would be a nice addition, like a reputation level that would give you access to certain parts of the game and the world, depending on which direction you choose to get your character in. Now we get to the hot stuff, the spicy stuff, right? The discovery of how we get to Nefty. Until now, we all thought that we would capture Nefties in the wild. Actually, most of the time you will get them through eggs.
A yellow egg? Oh my, a golden egg!
So you will use Aurories to hatch them. So here you go. This is the first clear use case of Aurories, and that's really good because the more use cases for Aurories, the less people are just going to want to cash out. If they want to play, they will need to use their rewards and create an ongoing, sustainable ecosystem. Now, people seem to really want to breed the Nefties to get their eggs, like have breeding centers. I don't get it. You guys have weird fetishisms, so like keep them for yourselves, right? Don't spam the discords with like weird Nefty stuff. I don't want to know. I want to find eggs in the wild and steal them from their parents. Next up, we have the Nefty attributes. Super straightforward. You get your health points, you get your movement points, you get your initiative, physical attack, physical defense, special attack, special defense, in this case named ethereal attack, ethereal defense. They're pretty basic, but I'm sure that what they're going to come up as far as the skills are concerned is what will make the whole thing very exciting. The attributes will be distributed randomly when you hatch an egg. According to this little hint on the white paper, there is 1 chance in 15 millions for 2 Nefties to be exactly the same. That is super dope. I'm hoping to see that each individual Nefty will have their stats in terms of win victories, in terms of like what boss they defeated, how many tournaments did they win, because you can create a kind of like glorious Nefty that would rise above them all. It will be your Bytebit, it will be your Dip King, it will be yours, and there's a certain emotional attachment that goes with that also, and a certain value that goes with it in terms of selling them on the market, etc. So like this for me is so exciting. Also, they show you about these special rarities, right? We get the glitched and the shimmering. The lowest value of attributes, you will get a glitch Nefty, which reminds me for some reason of Wreck-It Ralph. And if Wreck-It Ralph taught us anything, is that a glitched character in a video game can do super cool stuff. So I'm kind of excited actually. You can expect me to build a full-on scale glitch Nefties team. Anyway, on to the next page, the Nefty skills. This is the part that makes me feel like there's gonna be a lot of balancing throughout, because very quickly we're gonna find like what is the most overpowered attack on each Nefties. And I never like that in games. What I like to do is kind of like create my own style that works and that I'm comfortable and having fun playing while having a chance to actually rank up. The combat overview, I'm gonna try to not talk about it too much in details, but it's basically so exciting. So here we go, turn-based combat system on a grid. So the way it works, you're going to choose a move and a skill action per turn. You can do it in the order you want. It gives you a lot of range of possibilities, especially if you have a lot of skills for each Nefties. And there will be a time tracker on top. The order of your Nefty will change each turn depending on the attack you do. That is like, the possibilities of strategies here are like so endless if that's the case. Like, it is super exciting. And the most important part of this page is the tactician. The tactician is like your little extra character that brings an extra passive skill in the fight. You clearly have your tactician, which will empower more your range Nefties. You have your tactician, which will empower more your tank Nefties. And if you look at just the grids there also, I mean, they will have an impact on the starting position of your Nefties. This needs, again, to be super balanced out, and I'm sure the dev team will do amazing with that. And we're all excited about the beta, so we can test them all and give our feedback, right? And then we get into the preparation phase of combat. The fact that you have a set of skills for each Nefties makes them unique. Set of attributes makes them unique. The fact that you use a tactician makes your team even more unique. And now we have the draft sequence, which basically one player after the other is going to choose their Nefties. So you react according to what your opponent chooses, and therefore he will choose or she will choose their own counter Nefties. And this, my friends, shows first how much you need to train with a diversity of Nefties, how much you need to have clear ideas of what kind of teams you want to build and have a choice. You need to have a big pool of Nefties. You need to be able to adapt to your opponent's choices. And then you even have like power stones to add to this. It's going to be awesome. What we've talked about, the combat system goes into the PvP mode. You need to stake a certain amount of Aurories to get into the PvP mode. Again, you will have many chances to gain Aurories through the PvE stories line. So if you grind, you'll be able to access PvP quite quick. I wouldn't be surprised. Now, there is a very big statement here. It's their goal to become a leader in the play to earn eSport scene. I mean, this is going to be big and it's going to be so competitive. I'm kind of excited that we're in early so we can really try to get ourselves in the World Championships. I mean, who does not want to be part of this if you want to play PvP, if you are competitive? Everybody's talking about this on Twitter, on Discord. Very original way of earning your spots, basically winning regular tournaments, which will be the most basic way. But you can actually get rare drops in PvE. You can find your golden ticket. And you can do what you want with this ticket. You can use it, you can sell it, because these tickets will be tradable. Again, this is why we're into play to earn, is because every asset is tradable. If they're only 300, you can clearly imagine how much they're going to go for. Anyway, the possibilities are endless, as you can see. The game is so exciting. We finished with the last page of the chapter 2, which is basically minimizing the impact of botting. So this is it, guys. I hope you've enjoyed this first take on the manifest, the whole part of economy. I mean, I'll do a video, clearly, but I might invite somebody. I'm not sure, maybe you have some suggestion who I could invite on the video to talk about this. I mean, it's super exciting too, but it's a lot of information. I'm so excited about the game. Honestly, I've locked and loaded my 250 Aurory bag, which was my target. You can see on Twitter I post a lot of stuff. Also on YouTube, it's less active for now, but it's very exciting. So follow me on Twitter, subscribe on YouTube, follow. I don't know what I'm saying anymore. I'm so excited, guys. I'll see you on the Discord channel. Rafikey out.